We all wish we had more time in the day, and by using favorite tabs and our navigation menu, all Wise Option users will be adding minutes back every single day. Welcome to another Wise Tips. Eduardo, how are you doing today?
Happy to share, fast navigation and multitasking.
Yes, absolutely. And something that all Wise Option users can benefit from, no matter what your role is. This is something that as you're navigating through, this is something that can help save you time each and every single day.
Well, let's do it.
Get started. So I think we should start off with our favorite tabs. I think this is something that, because typically it comes up right when we log into the system. I think it's a good one to start with. So favorite tabs is a way for users to mark specific forms in Wise Option to be able to auto load when actually coming up and actually starting in the system. So it can save you time instead of as you're drinking your coffee and trying to remember each form that you like to have open and in what order. You can just let Wise Option do that for you.
I like it because in my bench, it's always the same format. I like the same, forms and lists. I always work with those scenarios. So why do I have to repeat the process every time I log in?
Exactly. So another thing I really like too is being able to, after, like, for example, if you do a memory flush, I like that after you do a memory flush, the favorite tabs will come back as well. That's also kind of a nice thing here. So I've added a couple favorite tabs here. You can also change, of course, the order of them as well as to your preference. Another thing to note here, just as a kind of a user tip on using favorite tabs, I would recommend picking at no more like 4, maybe 5, maybe try like 4 or less. I've seen users get up to like 10 or 12 tabs that it takes up a lot of space. Your tabs get small, and then at the same time, you're taking up a lot of memory, and you're maybe going to that 10th, 11th, and 12th tab maybe once a day. So it's not even worth it to have open, and then it just takes longer to load. So at the end of the day, try and minimize it there.
I think the magic word you said towards the end, it takes a while to load. There's always a price to pay. However, if you use it smart for the things that are really needed, that's when it becomes a time saving.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And something else I really quite like about them as well is it kind of forces you to kind of have a specific workflow as well. That was something that really helped me, that I always kept back to my favorite tabs. I was one of those people that could have, and I still do every once in a while, have like 30 tabs open, all at once. The saying that's like, you have a bunch of tabs open, you have no idea where the music's coming from. Yeah, that can happen. And so having favorite tabs really makes you focus, or at least I found it helped me focus on a certain particular workflow and not having just a ton of tabs open and then, customers trying to check out and you're trying to find the customer tab and your 20 tabs that you have open. It's kind of a nightmare. So coming back at all times to your favorite tabs can kind of help, again, just expedite that process.
One little button on this form that I think sometimes go just not noticed is the button where you can, after saving, suppose that you accidentally close the window and you're back to the main screen. You can go back to that screen, to that favorite tabs list, and use the button that will open the tabs for you.
Yeah, that's nice. Yes. Yep. I've also done that quite a bit. And again, you can see, it loads them, but you can imagine if you had 12 or 13 favorite tabs, this would take a little more sips of coffee. So probably good to keep it down there at a lower number for best use there.
Exactly.
While we're talking about tabs, how to get around when there's tabs open. This could be a wise tip in and of itself. But today we're mostly focusing on this navigation menu, which is the ideal way when you have tabs open to get other places, right? Instead of, you don't want to close all the tabs, go back to the home screen, go back to the menu and do that.
Well, you would be surprised when I'm visiting clients on site that they close the window, go back to the main screen, not knowing the right click can give you the main menu.
Yeah, I was one of them. I think what I would say, I think I can still remember sitting down at that desk and you were so nice. You're like, how are you doing that? I had like 10 windows open and you're like, is there a reason why you have windows open and not tabs? It's like, It's not. It was much faster when I switched tabs. I'll say that. Anywho, so coming here to this navigation menu, of course, many users then go to main menu, and then, maybe I want to come here hospital, and then I want to go to my treatment dashboard, and then I open in a new tab. That's like 4 hovers that I just did. And if this is something that I go to quite a bit, this add to favorites option will actually add it as a favorite to this navigation menu. So I can then click OK. And the next time I come here, now it's underneath my favorites option here. So instead of having to go down like 4 levels, I just go down 1. And there I am, and I can open that in a new tab. Also, something I really love about this too is that you can actually change the label for it in your favorites menu. So if it's kind of you're like treatment dashboard, it's kind of hard for my brain to associate that with what I know that it is. You can make adjustments to it. You can number them, whatever is helpful for you. I've seen people get really creative and sometimes just downright funny. Whatever makes you happy.
I've seen other users looking their peers working and say, "What'd you just do?" Because they use the favorite tabs, not knowing the number of aiming and clicking and hovering and waiting.
Yes.
Golly, it does make a difference when you are under pressure, especially when you have to go as deep as you're going in your navigation bar. Yes. I also noticed that they're being very smart. Sometimes they put 0, 1, 0, 2, just they can put the order because it's alphabetically ordered.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, that definitely helps quite a bit too. So again, these are things that they're kind of one and done settings, right? If you take just 2 seconds and invest a little bit of time and make these settings that's going to be best for you, it's going to save you time every single day, every time you log in.
I'm serious about this. It's not a joke. The number of seconds that become minutes, and at the end of the month, hours.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely. So any little bit that we can, that's what we want to save you. We appreciate you tuning in here today. Thanks again. And Eduardo, thanks so much for joining.
Always asking our users to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share with your peers so they can also join our Facebook discussion group. Give it a like, because then your peers are going to see the video and help others to be efficient. Your practice is going to shine.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
See you next time.